All right, so today we're taking a deep dive into this whole world of internet culture and trends.
Okay.
It's really wild how fast things change online. It could feel like you blink and you've already missed the boat on like 5 new trends.
Right, like it's impossible to keep up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes you wonder, like, what even makes something go viral? Is it just random luck, or is there some kind of science to it?
I think it's definitely a mix of things. I mean, think about the whole corn kid thing.
Oh yeah,
That was just pure joy, right? That kid's love for corn was so
he
contagious.
was like a little corn ambassador.
Exactly. But there was also that element of surprise, you know? You don't expect a 7-year-old to be so eloquent about porn.
Yeah, it was unexpected, and that's what made it so funny and shareable.
Yeah, totally. And, a lot of experts talk about this formula for virality. It's like relatability plus surprise.
Hmm. That's interesting. So how does that apply to something like memes? Like, they're obviously super relatable, but what's
Yeah.
the surprise factor there?
Well, I think memes are interesting because they're not just jokes. They're like cultural time capsules.
What do you mean by that?
Like they reflect what we're all thinking and feeling at a particular moment. They can be commentary on society, on politics, on anything.
So they're kind of like modern folklore.
Exactly. And the surprise comes from the creativity, the way people twist and reinterpret them.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, remember that distracted boyfriend meme from a few years back?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that really captured the whole FOMO thing that was so big then. It was like everyone was worried about missing out on something better.
Totally. And then there's that NPC streamer meme.
Oh yeah, that one was weird.
It was. But it was also a critique of consumerism and conformity, like how we're all influenced by algorithms and targeted
It's
ads.
like we're all becoming NPCs in some giant online game.
Right, and that's the surprise, right? This image of an NPC, something that's supposed to be mindless and predictable, is being used to comment on our own behavior.
Oh, that's pretty deep.
It is, and it shows how memes can evolve from just silly jokes into social commentary. And, that raises another question, like who's really controlling the narrative here? Is it the anonymous creators of these memes, or is it the corporations who are capitalizing on them?
Hmm. I've never thought about that. But that's a great point. I mean, look at what happened with the whole de-influencing trend. It was like a pushback against this whole culture of overconsumption.
Right, like finally people are realizing they don't need to buy everything they see on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. But then the question becomes, is that real change or just another trend? Like,
Yeah.
are people actually buying less stuff or are they just performing for the camera?
That's the tricky thing about these platforms. They reward consistency. You have to keep creating content, keep feeding the algorithm, and that can lead to this really fast-paced trend cycle where things go viral, burn out, and then get replaced by something new.
Yeah, it's exhausting just watching it.
It is.
And honestly, it's not always harmless fun. We've seen some pretty dangerous trends go viral too. Like, remember the outlet challenge?
Oh gosh, that was scary.
Yeah, kids were literally plugging phone chargers into outlets and then touching a penny to the exposed prongs to create sparks. It's insane.
It's a good reminder that not all trends are created equal. And it raises some serious questions about the responsibility of platforms and creators, like how do we prevent this kind of stuff from spreading?
Yeah, that's a tough one. And then there's the whole cancel culture debate. On one hand, it's good that people are being held accountable for their actions, but on the other hand, it can feel like mob mentality sometimes.
Yeah, and there's this real danger of people getting canceled over a single mistake or a misinterpretation. Like one tweet can ruin someone's life.
It's like we need to find a balance between holding people accountable and also allowing for forgiveness and growth.
Absolutely. Okay, but can we talk about the pressure to perform that all of this creates, especially for younger people?
Oh yeah, totally. Like TikTok is basically obsessed with glow-ups and transformations.
Hmm.
But it's not really about self-improvement. It's about looking a certain way and getting likes.
Right, it's like self-improvement as a product. Filters, that's not my face. Transitions, it all feeds into this idea that you need to constantly optimize yourself for the algorithm.
Which I guess isn't really that different from what magazines and TV were doing before. But somehow it feels more intense on social media.
Yeah, maybe it's because it's so personalized. The algorithm is constantly showing you what other people are doing, and it creates this pressure to keep up, to be perfect.
Right, and when you're a teenager, that pressure can be overwhelming.
Absolutely. In fact, there's a term for this now, algorithmic anxiety.
Wow, I've never heard of that. What does it mean?
Well, it's basically the constant feeling of needing to be perfect and authentic online and needing to present this idealized version of yourself to the world. Like you said, it's always been there, but social media just amplifies it.
So what can we do about it? Like, how do we navigate this world of internet culture without losing ourselves in the process?
I think the first step is awareness. Just understanding the forces at play, the mechanics of these platforms, and how they influence our behavior.
Okay, so we need to be more critical of what we see online.
Exactly. And we need to be mindful of how much time we're spending on these apps. It's easy to get sucked in and lose track of time.
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of that.
We all are. But it's important to remember that the real world is out there. And there's so much more to life than just likes and followers.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So maybe the takeaway here is to engage with internet culture, but don't let it consume you.
Exactly. Enjoy it, learn from it, but don't let it define you.
I think that's some pretty solid advice.
Thanks.
So next time I see a trend popping off, I'll definitely be asking myself, is this really cool? Or am I just being manipulated by the algorithm?
That's the spirit.
And hey, listeners, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this too.
Yummy.
Have you experienced algorithmic anxiety? DM us your stories.
And in the meantime, maybe take a break from your phone, go outside, talk to a real person. The internet will still be there when you get back.
Truer words have never been spoken. Until next time, folks.